Welcome to Module 1, Lesson 3 of the Technician Find workshop. This on-demand training will teach you everything you need to know to find text faster. In this lesson, we are going to cover the perfect opening, how to overcome skepticism and draw text into your ad from the very first sentence. So you remember what we've covered up to this point is we've covered why the ad is important and why it's the foundation of all of your hiring campaigns. We covered the headline and how to attract text and get them to click. Now we're at the point where we need to keep their attention on the page. So we don't want them clicking away from the page now that we've done all this work and gotten their attention. So what you'll learn in this lesson is what is the frame of mind of a tech after they click on your ad and how you can use this to your advantage. We're going to learn how to start your ad off with a bang and convince text that you're different from every other shop out there. And we're also going to cover how to write short, compelling introductions that draw text into your ad and keep them reading. So why is the introduction important? Well, if you don't say something immediately that shows text that you're going to deliver on the promise that you made in your headline, they're going to leave. This is what you want to picture. Technicians can smell BS from a mile away, and put yourself into the shoes of a technician. What they're thinking when they click is the reason we got them to click is because we had a compelling ad. So here we are, we have a compelling ad and it makes a promise and they're interested. They're curious. They want to know more. They clicked on the ad, and what they're waiting for is they're waiting to smell that faint whiff of BS. As soon as they smell that whiff, as soon as they see something that is too good to be true, as soon as they see something that is, an obvious lie, as soon as they see something that is the same old that they've seen over and over again, boom, their finger is poised over the back button and they're ready to swipe out, they're ready to click out, they're ready to go right back into the platform and leave your ad because they're just waiting for that BS. So the mistake that most ads make, and I'm going to show you this in a minute, is that they start out with the wrong information. Don't start your ad with what you want, what you are looking for, or who you are. Texts don't care about you. They care about themselves. And above all, don't lie. Those are the biggest ways to get people to click off of your ads. So this is a tech I talked to a couple of years ago. He was a diesel tech, good kid. I just asked him straight up, hey, when you're looking at ads, what are you thinking when you look at ads? And he said, well, all shops are the same. They'll tell you anything to get you in the door, and you never really know what you're getting until you move your toolbox in. So I've always remembered that he said that, and you should remember that too. Every time a technician clicks on your ad, they're thinking the same thing. They're thinking that all shops are the same. They're thinking that you'll tell them anything to get them in the door, and then they'll be stuck once they go through the time and the effort to move shops and start over again with you. So how do you craft that perfect opening that draws technicians into your the story of your shop? Well, what you want to do is you want to become a mind reader. Let me explain. So here's how you read a text mind. So what you want to be thinking about is you want to be thinking about what thoughts does the tech have even before reading the ad. So we're going to make this a little easier on you. I'm going to show you in a minute, but just right now, think about that. What thoughts does the tech have even before they're reading the ad? What thoughts do they have about their job? What thoughts do they have about life? What thoughts do they have about the industry? What thoughts do they have about their bosses or other places that they've worked? What are the things that are going through their head? A big part of marketing, and we talk about this a lot in marketing, is good marketers join the conversation that's already going on in a prospect's head. So if you can join that conversation, if you can tell them what they're thinking and articulate what they're thinking even better than they could articulate it themselves, you create a bond, you create trust, and you create interest. It's very, very powerful. Top copywriters get paid lots and lots of money to be able to do that, to be able to write headlines like I showed you, to be able to join the conversation that's going on in the mind of their prospects, and to draw them into a story that makes them the hero and then compels them to action. So how do they feel? What's their dominant emotion? Well, you can put yourself in the shoes there too. I know a lot of you started out as technicians. And even if you didn't start out as a technician, you can put yourself in the shoes of a technician. But if you did start out as a technician, think about where you were, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, before you started your business, before you became a business owner. What were you feeling? How did you feel about going to work? How did you feel about the shop? What were they doing to you there? What are the types of things that are coming up over and over again? And what is the dominant emotion? And I kind of let the cat out of the bag a couple slides ago. I mean, the dominant emotion in most cases is skepticism. It's skepticism, it's pessimism, and that is a lot of what is going through a technician's mind when they're looking at the ads. So what examples would resonate with them? So specific examples of what would happen on a day-to-day basis. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more. But the more specific you can get, the more the technician is going to say, you know what, they understand me. And that's really the point you want to get to. You want to get to that point where they say, you know what, this shop gets it. They understand what technicians go through. And by that, as a part of that process is, hey, they understand me. And then the next logical step in that progression is they understand me, so they're going to take care of me. They're not going to be doing the same things, the same shady things that I've seen happen before. So all of these things are important in building trust. And I hope I don't have to tell anybody this or remind anybody of this, but you know what? You never lie. You never lie in an ad. It's the worst thing you can possibly do. And if you write ads the right way, you don't need to lie. You never need to lie. All you need to do is just tell the open truth about the benefits of your position and how you treat your staff. And that does the work. It's the way that you structure it. So I'm going to give you a gift that will help you out in this process. What's going on in a tech's mind? Well, here's your shortcut. We have created a document, and it's called the Ultimate Technician Ad Checklist. It's a checklist that I use, my team uses every time we write an ad, and it goes through all the parts of the process. One of the pages in this idea generator, in this checklist, is called the idea generator. And idea generator number 1 are things that piss techs off. You can use these trigger ideas for completing your introduction. So it has things like bosses who micromanage, low pay, being treated like a number, not appreciated, working for a shady company that takes advantage of customers, working nights, weekends, holidays, or after hours on call, when a shop plays favorites on the work rotation, unfair dispatching. Lots of different things that you can actually start your ad with, that intro with, and then show them that you're joining the conversation that's already going on in their head. And it can be a conversation like, hey, do you have a boss who micromanages? Are you tired of low pay? Are you tired of being treated like a number and not being appreciated? And then you move into the middle portion of your ad. But now you've created that bond, you've created that curiosity, and you've drawn them into that story. So if you if you'd like a copy of this checklist, you can just email us. All of the information is in the description. So let's do an intro teardown. So I'm going to go back over to our automotive technician ads, and I picked just one. So this is a dealer. So this is Ho and Porsche in Carlsbad. So Carlsbad's right down the street here, and I'm going to pick on them. Here is what the ad looks like. So they have some qualifications, they have some benefits, and then here's the full job description. Ho and Porsche is looking for a service technician to join our winning team. We are a well-established Porsche dealership seeking to expand our service team of technicians. Okay, well, how many things did they violate just in that first paragraph? So they immediately began talking about what they want. So they are looking for a service technician. This is what we want, to join our winning team. We are a well-established Porsche dealership. So it's we, I. So they basically have given us no they basically given us no benefit. If I'm a technician reading this, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, it's all about you. You're really high on yourself, and being part of a well-established Porsche dealership, and you have a winning team. Well, good for you. I'm glad you have a winning team. So they immediately started off on the wrong foot. They didn't draw technicians into the compelling story. And basically, if I was a tech, I'd look at this and I'd say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. All the same stuff I've heard over and over again, hundreds and hundreds of times. So boom, they fail on that. So what do they say next? All right, well, here's a summary. The service technician is responsible for identifying necessary vehicle services and performing the repair, service, and or maintenance work. Again, here we go. So this is another common pitfall that shops make when they are putting an ad together. They get right into what is expected of the applicant. This is what we expect of you. We expect you to be able to do this, be able to lift, stand on your feet for long periods of time, lift 50 pounds over your head, all these things. You must do this, you must do this, you must do this. They still aren't tuned into the radio channel, WIIFM. Can you see how this works? This is all about what they want. This is all about what we want. Now, there is probably a time in the distant past where applications were plentiful and applicants were plentiful, and technicians were growing from trees, and everything was beautiful and rosy, and actually I've heard stories from some of my clients. They say, I just used to put an ad out on Craigslist on Friday, and I'd have 15 applications by Monday, and I'd hire somebody by Wednesday. Well, guess what? That's not the environment we're in right now, and you know that. And when you're in an environment where you have to be compelling and you have to attract top talent, you can't talk all about yourself. It's not about how great you are anymore. It's not about, how many awards you've won. It's not about any of that stuff anymore. Now it's about, what can you offer? What can you offer, and how are you different? And nothing I've seen so far, we're well into the ad now, and I haven't seen anything. Okay, and then here we go. All candidates must be. Okay, see, it's more what you've got to be. You must be energetic. You must be reliable. You must be team players. You must be self-motivated. Look, it's all about the dealer. It's all about them. Let's see if we actually get into any benefits at all. Job requirements. Okay, so it's more all about us. You must have at least 2 years of experience working in the field. You must have personal integrity. You must have exceptional communication skills. Look, it's all about them. It's all about them. And they're always looking to expand our team with all-star players, and there's opportunity for tenure and advancement for all those who fit the bill. There's a tiny bit of benefit to a potential technician. There is an opportunity for tenure and advancement. Great. So it's, a couple of words way well into the ad. By now, by now most techs would bounce, unless they, unless they're a Porsche certified tech and they're really looking for a Porsche certified job opportunity, and they're very specific and very focused. They would have bounced by now, because this is exactly, it looks like a million other ads. And it's just not compelling at all. It doesn't paint a picture. It doesn't create a story. It doesn't do any of that. So I am going to save some of this for later, because we'll get into how the middle of the ad is supposed to be structured. But just for the purposes of today's lesson, you can see there's nothing compelling here that would draw a technician in and keep them reading the ad. So you definitely want to focus on having an intro that works. So your assignment for this lesson is to craft your perfect opening. 1, review the technicianfind ultimate technician ad checklist, page 4. That's the idea generator number 1. And then print the worksheet and write your own perfect opening. Be a mind reader. Make it short and make it compelling. Review the examples for ideas. We've got lots of examples for you so you can see exactly how it's done, and these examples are proven. We've used these examples, and we've proven them by getting lots of applications and lots of clicks. So in the next lesson, we're going to go over how to tell your shop story in a way that keeps your text glued to your ad.